guess what I'm doing? I'm sneaking on here to tell you about the documentary, the last TUMBLE that we did. It's gonna premiere in 10 minutes on KENNYWOOD KRAZY and live on YouTube. So join us. I got my popcorn.
Rock!
What?
What are you doing?
I'm just telling about the documentary.
Wait a second. We're supposed to be, honey, like packing for our Dorney trip. Why aren't we doing this?
We're gonna do it after I tell them about the documentary.
Wait, is that today?
Yeah, it's the premiere.
Is that supposed to be at 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Well, what time is it?
It's almost 6.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. Okay, well, can I join you?
Yeah.
All right, well, did you get popcorn already without me? Jeez. Man, where's mine? You even got me chocolate. My favorite type of chocolate, dude. All right, see? Do you want the chocolate?
Yeah.
Like now or later?
When we premiere.
When it goes. So what's so special about this so short film?
Well, it was personally directed by a hot guy I know.
I've been going on crazy for the last couple months, Rock, about telling everyone about we're doing this documentary, right?
Right.
And it was anywhere from my getting Raquel to my brother involved. He did the music, and I was just amazing how we all came together. Not only just our YouTube friends, but like our crazy family.
Yeah, everybody had a little part in doing this.
Yeah, even our friend Katie, she helped us film because you couldn't hold the cue card and the camera at the same time. There's no way that would have happened.
No, not with my coordination.
So what kind of popcorn you got, Rock?
I don't know. It's got a lot of butter and a lot of cheese though.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really eat popcorn. Rocky's the popcorn person. So I have we started this idea for this. Actually, the conception of this was a couple years ago. Do you remember when I dragged you down there in front of where the factory was for the very first time? Not this spring, but like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we sat there. I was like, I wonder where exactly it was, where they manufactured the turtle. And I asked a couple friends, Mark Medlin, who's an admin of our group. He's like, yeah, it was right there on Ingridge Road. So we went down there. I always drag you along to this crazy ideas. And I did a short vlog there. And you know what? It was kind of like the conception of, well, no one really comes down here and films this place. And no one knows about this, where this is located, where it's, my fascination of the history, of the Tumblebug. You're always here on the, even on Kennywood Memories, that was built in Beaver Falls. Well, where did we live, Rock?
Beaver Falls.
Obviously. So, and I just found it fascinating that it was right down there. So a few years later, when I thought, well, that video probably is going to get erased or missed, I should go film it. And then I thought, why just do a little film when we can do much more and tell the history? Really, really, really tell the history.
Yeah, it was a cool idea.
Yeah. We had fun making it. It was a lot of work, guys. A lot of work. I think Rob put up with me dragging her around Beaver Falls, just getting little clips of Beaver Falls by Geneva College, Orms, and whatever have you. one evening.
Yeah, I was scared of heights on the graveyard side. I wouldn't get out of the car. So.
Yeah. You're going to see that a little bit. It's like towards the front of it. You'll see us pan out up to a hillside where there's a cross. And there's actually only a couple blocks away from our home. You see that. But you'll be able to see the whole Beaver Falls, city of Beaver Falls from there. And it's pretty neat, you know. But we're going to stay on here with you guys and watch this. It says YouTube is saying, oh, I lost it. I'm watching it. I tried to watch it. Okay, there it is. It's saying it's going to be less than 4 minutes. We get to watch it.
4 minutes, yep.
So if you guys don't know, you'll have to go to YouTube and look up KENNYWOOD KRAZY from YouTube and watch the link and watch the short film. Now, I did put an event, short watch party. I mean, a link to the film, an event. In other words, I made an event.
Yeah.
It has the link to the short film on YouTube.
Okay.
I kind of keep on, me and my tongue, it doesn't always work. I stutter sometimes, so you'll have to forgive me. So, to make that clear, you have to go on YouTube, and you'll have to look up KENNYWOOD KRAZY, and you'll see this short film is called The Last Tumblebug in the World. And we're going to actually film us watching it, and maybe have some of our comments on here of us filming it and what our thoughts were, making it. We have a lot of friends who are involved in this, so I hope you all decide to watch. And this is something that was like a passion project that I kind of roped Raquel into, and I got our YouTuber friends to come and join us and our crazy family.
Yep. Cool.
So what we're really during the whole time really stuck out about it for you? What was your memories when we were making it?
Just me trying to hold the cue card straight and.
Yeah, I have a clear memory. I have a clear memory of standing right beside the old mill and reading off the cue cards. But there's a lot of history where we were standing, right, Rock? There was, that was where Laughing Dark was built. In TRAVER'S engineering company, who built the turtles and the tumblebugs, built the Laugh in the Dark, and Laughing Sal was part of that. There's actually was another Laugh in the Dark at Crystal Beach, but it's long gone since then. So it's a lot of history at Kennywood Park, and we've been asking for who will you guys want to see. So now the premiere is going to start in less than 60 seconds. There's going to be a 3-minute countdown. So we're going to try to go back one space. I don't know if it's started right now or not. And we'll flip the camera here in a little bit so you guys can see what we're looking at. It's not going to be the best thing in the world. It's going to be out of, but we're going to watch this all together with you guys, and hope you stick around. Hope you feel it's not too boring. But you could always go watch this on YouTube and watch it with us. We'd love to have you join us watch the film. What we're doing here is just our comments and what we think about the show. It's going to begin shortly, and you can hear us. And you'll hear Raquel munching on popcorn. So we have music running because we love music in our house, but we're going to turn that off right now. Alexa, stop. so you guys can hear the TV. It's beginning. Isn't that crazy? This is just picked out a green color for the turtle. That just so happens to be the preview countdown color. It started out like a green color. It's appropriate for the turtle, right? 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 2 seconds. 2 minutes flat right now. We got 2 more minutes.
Now it's an orange color.
Now it's an orange color.
This is really trippy.
Yeah, it is trippy, huh?
Yeah.
We're doing a watch party, buddy. Everyone, hope y'all join us on YouTube, watching the last tumblebug in the world. All right, 1 minute and 13 seconds left. Come and join us on YouTube to watch the last tumblebug in the world. All right, 50 seconds. And that's the last 10 seconds countdown. Rocky, you want to count with me when it hits 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. "30 seconds. "15. Nice and loud, all right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's watch this, buddy. There's all our friends' logos. This is an actual museum. It's in Darlington. All this music was original by The Unknown and Metal Mix 777.
Yeah, my name is Charles Townsend, and I'm on the board of directors. Also, primarily, I work on...
Charles was such a nice man, super nice man. He loved history, and I was so privileged to be able to get this knowledge from him and this interview from him.
Historical Research and Landmarks Foundation, which is in up in come on, up near Baden, and I'm on the board of directors there.
Cool, great. Thank you so much again for your time today. I was.
Can you guys see the caterpillar sign behind it? That was the original sign for the caterpillar of one of the caterpillar rides, built by TRAVER'S.
I try to reach out to you is because it gives it this more heart. It gives it more weight when people are connected to it. Mm-hmm. And why I'm saying that is you are connected to, because your dad used to work at the Chambers factory. Yeah. What did they make?
Well, the primary thing that he was involved with were rides of various kinds for the amusement parks. They made the Jazz, they made the Turtle, they made the Bob coaster, which I'll talk about it a little bit later. They made merry-go-rounds, the standard items like that. And they went. Some of their stuff was slower and smaller, so that appealed to people who were afraid of the larger rides. But they also made the larger rides for the people that wanted thrills in life.
You said the Bobs. That you was referring to the roller coaster, right?
They call it the Bob coaster when he was building it, and this was for the sesquicentennial in Philadelphia.
You had told me you had some short stories about him working there. Can you share these with me?
Well, they're not happy stories necessarily.
That's fine.
I was looking over some letters that he had written to my mother. She was still in Beaver County. He was out in Philadelphia.
Charles actually showed me some of those letters. They're really cool.
Wrote these really sad letters. I didn't know this side of my dad very well, but he was miserable, separated from the person he loved, living with in an apartment sort of situation with other workers. So they shared rooms, and he quite often wrote about how miserable he was and how if he had any other choices, he was thinking about, any other job. But other times, I think when he wasn't so depressed at being separated from my mother, that he told positive stories about his experiences there. The one negative story that he told, and I even heard about this verbally as a child, was that he was working high on the Bob coaster, which was a high roller coaster. The other things he built was lower to the ground, and he didn't like heights that well. So when they got to the Bob coaster, he had problems with the heights, but he overcame that. But one time he was up drilling holes in some with a device, a drill of some kind, to connect in the Bob coaster. And when he tried to pull it out, it stuck. And then he kept putting more pressure on it, and it went backwards.
Wow.
He just was able to catch himself with one piece of metal here before he would have plunged, obviously, to his death. So that was
I didn't know he had the story. He just told me he had stories.
About what he wanted.
I was really shocked that he told me a story. His dad almost died making this Bob coaster.
Up and running, but as soon as he was able to come back to Beaver County, he started working for a furniture company and put that experience behind him.
What was the years that he worked for them? Was it?
It was mostly from the letters that I've seen, because the sesquicentennial was 1826. He began working in the winter of 1825, early 1826, right up to the time that they opened up in the summer for the sesquicentennial.
Yeah, because so we could even assume, like, even today's standards, how they do produce and manufacture and then assemble these rides today is way different from what it was last during that time period. The safety protocols are totally different. So that's pretty amazing to think that they would let them crawl up there to do that thing and just don't even have to tie it to be tied in.
Safety tie or
Yeah.
anything, yeah.
Also, I know you shared a little bit, but I wanted with me on the phone. But I was wondering if you could really shortly, because if you could share, do you have any Kennywood memories that you are crazy about?
Well, the memories I have are kind of general memories, as was, I suppose, still going on in some schools. In the spring, students were treated to a day to go to a park and enjoy that, and you'd eat there. They had buses that would take you and bring you back. Some of those days were spent at Idora, some of those years, but once in a while, then we would go to Kennywood, which was a bigger experience by far. And I can remember just the massiveness of that, the sounds, which as a farm boy, I was born and raised on a farm, was a totally different world than the one that I, had populated before that. And never having traveled to big cities, biggest city I traveled to, probably by that time, was Beaver Falls. So, we were kind of overwhelmed by the sights, the sounds, the number of people, the screams in the background as people rode the coaster. So, I remember doing some of the rides. I remember the one that whirled around that some kind of octopus or something, and how that was kind of a scary experience to me. Unexperienced to those kind of rides.
Yeah. Were you conscious of like the rides? At least one of the rides, possibly your dad had a hand on making?
Yeah, I don't know that. That's an interesting question, but I don't know that he worked on building any of the rides there. He might have, but it never came up in any conversation I ever had.
Cool. Do you believe rides like the turtle and the caterpillar that Travers built have historical significance, and why?
Well, as a historian, I think almost everything in our world has some historical significance. It's part of the architecture that has been put into the creation. So I do believe that these rides and the experiences that they have given people and the history that they have accumulated, that it's vital that we try to restore at least a few examples of these things. As I say, as I've often told other people about historical things, you can't save everything. It's impossible to save everything. But if you save a few examples of those things down through history, then I think you've done a wonderful service for not only now, but for those coming in the future.
What do you think is so special about these rides that Travers built that we're still talking about them today? I mean, he started this business in what, 1920s, early 1900s, and we're still talking about today, and we're still riding them. I mean, what do you think is so special about them?
About the rides? Well, I think they were an early stage of what you see today when you go to Kennywood and you have this blistering speed and things going in circles and the excitement of these monster rides. But here was the beginning of those things, and it's how the creation unfolds.
I think he's talking about evolution of the rides.
So you have things on a simple level as they got started, and you can now compare those with where a lot of things are today. And in some cases, the experience you have with the older, simpler things are maybe more gratifying than the high-speed screamers that you see there today.
Do you believe that maybe, it's just maybe, part of it is too, that our memories and are connected to these machines. You think about it, because we go to these picnics. We mostly cling to our moments that we've done together on this earth that God has given us. And it's like, yeah, I remember that, and I wanted to continue to remake that memory.
Oh, I think that's excellent. I think that's one of the really good ways of looking at it. You can look at it from several different angles. You can look at it, I think, very obvious. I think it's very strong relationship between people's experiences, their memories, and who they.
He was such a nice man. I'm so blessed to be able to spend time with him. That's a picture of, I do believe, the Bob's, or the Cyclone, I'm sorry. There's the auto race. That's opening day of 2025. Special thanks to Nick from the Adventure Guide for this clip.
What's up, crazy family? Welcome to Kennywood Park, home of the last tumblebug in the world. Over the last couple of years, we had an opportunity to interview many people, and one of the few questions that we asked them was, what should we teach to the next generation about Kennywood? The most of the responses that we received from our question was to teach the history of Kennywood Park to the next generation. So today, we're going to dive into the history of the ride that is right behind me, the turtle, and otherwise known as a tumblebug.
This is our trailer to our YouTube channel. There's Jay, there's Austin, it's Alex, there's Bryce. These are interviews we've done. David, Rocky and me. That was our opening day. There's David, the hater. Ice Cream Thrills. Fairly Amused. Mark Medlin, he's a moderator. There's Adam. Katie. Good old Beaver Falls. Now we're going to pan up to show you the city of Beaver Falls a little bit. Music provided by Metal Mix 777, Joe Malone. That's the cemetery we were talking about earlier.
Welcome to the city of Beaver Falls.
Such a windy day that day.
Home of Beaver Falls High School Tigers.
Rocky was sitting in the car off to my left.
It's also my home, too.
She was like a little freaked
It's
out.
also the previous
scared,
home
yeah.
of the Travers Engineering
Scared
Company.
of heights.
That literally is Beaver Falls right behind me on my right shoulder.
We have to tell the story of Harry Guy Travers, the founder of Travers Engineering. He is the creator of the tumblebug.
See how high we are? You can actually see our house from there.
Harry Guy Travers was born on November
There's the
25th,
voice of Nick
1877.
of that adventure guy. Thank you, Nick, for taking the time to help us out.
when he attended an exposition in Omaha that influenced him into an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering. On September 11, 1906, after his apprenticeship, Travers filled a patent request with the U.S. Patent Office for the new safe circle swing. The swing sold to many amusement parks across the U.S. and created a lot of wealth for him.
In 1919, Travers bought the Zorro amusement device.
That's where the factory was.
It's on this land right now, where that was located, behind me. He bought it off of Joseph Zorro. A year later, Harry Travers formed the Travers Engineering Company.
Music provided by Metal Mix 777. It's actually in Patterson Heights.
On top of the hill up here is Patterson Heights.
That's his home.
That's where Harry Travers first bought his home and resided.
Back to Kennywood.
Travers Engineering Company can design and engineer many different types of flat rods, such as Laugh in the Dark, built right here where I'm standing at Kennywood in 1930. The mannequin, Laugh Style, is a remnant of that ride at the park today.
Travers also designed and built the Rocket Swing, which was located at Idora Park, and many others.
Jason of Fairly
And the
Amused.
Caterpillar in 1923, which was once a ride at Kennywood Park, amongst other parks.
That's his theme song.
He also designed and built the auto race here at Kennywood Park, which remains here
Jason.
today as the last of its kind.
If you didn't know, I was asked to record his theme song for him, along with David's. This is David Woods of GDTV4.
To utilize steel for primary structural strength, although his designs were somewhat dangerous due to the excessive G-forces. The bombs at Riverview Park in Chicago and Area Coaster at Playland Amusement Park in New York are some of the coasters he designed.
Then there's the Turtle at Kennywood Park, otherwise known as the TUMBLE, which was built in 1927. Many of these tumblebugs were built in local parks around Pittsburgh, PA, Erie, PA areas, and across the U.S. This also includes Westview Park, which had the name of the bug until the park was closed in 1977. Also, Idora Park in Youngstown, Ohio had a tumbleweed until the park closed in 1984.
This clip right here was donated by Jason Manick of that the coaster, Insane Coaster Junkie.
I'm at Hanny's Coaster Stand in New Brighton, PA, which on this very ground in the early 1900s, there was a thriving amusement park here. This park was called Junction Park. there possibly was guessed it, a tumblebug on this very property.
Hank's ice cream is amazing. It's Tom Barton's of Tom Was Here. He also volunteered to use his voice.
In 1924, the TRAVER'S Engineering Company once helped pave the way for Beaver County to be one of the major builders and suppliers of amusement park rides. The business struggled majorly. It came to pass in the Depression era that the company had fell on hard times and became bankrupt. So unfortunately, they had to close their doors.
In 1930, John Mitchell, who worked for the TRAVER'S Engineering Company, was one of the people to reorganize the firm as R.E. Chambers Company after Harry TRAVER'S went broke in the 1930s. The company was still around in the 1960s until the machine shop burnt down in 1968.
Today, you can find the R.E. Chambers Company's turtle-shaped cars on the Tumblebug at Kennywood. These cars were added in 1948 during the renovation. By 1926, R.E. Chambers was the last producer of the amusement rides in Beaver Falls. By 2019, most of the Tumblebugs were removed from all amusement parks, except for two, those being at Coney Lake Park and Kennywood Park.
In 2020, Conneaut Lake Park tore down the second last tumblebug, which left the world with the only
That's from
tumblebug
Chippewa
at
Lake
Kennywood
Park.
which remains the
And
last
that one's
tumblebug today.
a museum up there. They
Tom,
have
what do
all
you
the
think is so
tumbugs.
special
There's Tom
about
Barton's
the turtle?
of Tom Was Here.
The Turtle to me was always a transition ride between kids ride and adult ride. It was something that led into roller coasters when you were too scared to ride. That for me was always like, I was always somebody that was scared of roller coasters growing up. So going to Turtle was like a step up from the standard kiddie line rides. Those dips felt a little bit bigger when I was a child versus, obviously a true roller coaster. But that was always my transition ride. It always made me feel more comfortable riding roller coasters after I rode them.
Do you think that it has historical value or historical significance, and why?
Oh yeah, so like as I believe the last tumblebug in the country, it has a unique element that modern rides don't give you, and even traditional rides because they don't have them anywhere anymore. So the beauty of that little, that thing of when you're gathered with a group and you have to hold on to the wheels so you don't want to slide into each other, and just those this little those dips are just a little bit. They're not, like I said, it's not a roller coaster, but the dips are big enough that it has a nice feel to it. I've always loved the ride, to be honest with you.
What I think is unique about the Turtle is it's one of the few rides in the park that's still manually operated. So when you get to run it,
It's Angel.
controlling how long the cycle
She
is.
does all of our artwork
It gets around
for
and
KENNYWOOD
all
KRAZY, and she also is our moderator to our group page.
Yeah.
I love her, Dad. She's a sweetheart. She loves the Phantom. And there's Nick,
I love the fact that
the adventure guy.
you get a rolling start to get over the first one. That's one of my favorite things about it. It's just turning 80. That's what you said, right? About 80. So one of the 80 years. One of the oldest rides here at the park. The old mill's the oldest. Got the Jackrabbit, but I think that might be like the third or fourth oldest ride here. Could be wrong about that, but I love it. It's a fun ride. It's a good family ride. A good starter ride for kids. I just got off of it. I actually have a video coming out later this week. And they let me film
Yeah,
on
that clip that he sent me was this video, the video he filmed that
I
day.
think it has some historical value. Absolutely it does. Look how many rides since then have been similar to it, or you got rides like the Kangaroo and things that came after that. But they use the same similar mechanism that started on getting spinning. It's basically a spinning ride. There's a lot of different mechanisms.
That was opening day at our Phantom member meetup at the Phantom.
Attached to the center hub there.
There's Aiden.
I think the Turtle's very special because it's lasted its time all over the world. It's definitely very amusing, very unique. The track there is incredible, especially when you're going up and down, and it feels like you're jumping off of it, but it's like the kangaroo, like they're both incredible rides, and Turtle is definitely one of its kind.
There's Bella.
But special to me would have to be the fact that it's a classic, like, peaceful kind of ride. And it's like everybody can be on a ride. It's not just kids, there's adults and older people all coming together to ride on it. And it's like a ride.
Last of its kind.
Is Zach?
It's got a history. It was built in Beaver County, which is not too far from here. And it's just unique. It's one of its kind. And also the infamous turtle sound.
Yep, turtle.
What, do you believe it has historical significance today, and why?
It's, like I said earlier, it's the last of its kind, and because Pontiac Lake had theirs before, but obviously Pontiac Lake's probably never going to reopen again, and Tumblebug there will most likely never be open again, so the turtle is very historic here, especially in Pennsylvania. It's the last one was maybe it was.
What about you, Zach?
Yeah, like I said, Turtle is really unique. I mean, there's no ride like it anywhere. And it's going to celebrate its 100th anniversary in a few years, too.
There's little Sammy, one of our younger members of our crazy family. He's also an Ace member, which is crazy. He loves the Curtain Phantom. He loves the turtle also. She looks familiar.
Yeah, here's a hot chick. Up and down ride, and I know you go fast around the curves. And
Rocky gets nervous around cameras. She's getting a lot better at it.
Has historical value.
yeah, because it's one of a kind.
What's so special about the...
There's Austin Krager, a Coaster Krager. He's such a good guy. We interviewed him last year for Kennywood KRAZY.
I like
There's Nicole.
You can see the mechanism in the middle, the spring, and it's got that classic feeling to it where it feels like a tumble boat because you rock back and forth when you go and start. It goes backwards and forwards, and then when it gets up over the hill, you move around a lot even though you can hold on tight. It's got that classic old style feel to it. It's a great ride. I know it's been in Kennywood for a long time because I rode it when I was this one's age. So it's a fun, energetic ride.
Do you think it has historical significance?
Yes. Yes, it does. I mean, you can't they keep saying they can't find parts for it. They have to manufacture parts because it's just that old. So
You keep on forgetting that Kennywood was a garden at one time.
Welcome to the Tumblebug at Kennywood Park. This is testimony to the management of Kennywood to preserve classic rides like it. Tumblebug at Kennywood still stands today as a part of the history, and it's also a reminder of the memories we shared together at the amusement parks. The historian and author David Taylor has been quoted saying, "This is what our great-grandfathers did for recreation."
That's in back in Beaver Falls again. 37th Street Park.
Amusement parks like Kennywood has helped me create amazing personal connections and friendships. The tumblebug always for me brings back memories of fun times spent with friends and family. I would like to thank all of the people that contribute to the making of this short film, especially all of our YouTube friends. Guys, good. All the time.
All the time.
Love each other. Mad crazy love.
Mad crazy love, buddy.
Okay, we're starting out. Look, now we're finished.
This is Nick's POV. There's a little bit something about this song that I'm playing right now. It was written for our friend Sean Sesame when he passed away to honor him. He was a moderator and admin to our group page. He died last year to cancer. So I felt it was appropriate. Plus it was uplifting and rocked at the end. There was so many people that helped me. You know, Jay, the Insane Coast Junkie, sent me clips. I had Nick of the Not Adventure Guy sent me clips. And he also helped me film. Music's by Metal Mix 77, that's my brother Joe Malone. And The Unknowns, my band. Again, Angel, she does all the art for us. A big thank you to Jason and Nick for all their technical support during the project, man. Also, Pastor David Woods for all the prayers and support throughout the years. I love them all, man. I tell you what, there's good peeps. Guys get all the time. Love each other, mad crazy love. And up top left is a clip from Jason Fairly Amused when he wrote it for KennyCon last year. I thought it was pretty interesting to show the loading of it while it got the POV in the background. You gotta watch the very, very end though, it's so cute. Watch this, buddy.
Alright, Sully, why do you like the turtle?
Turtle, but am I not curly enough for the turtle club?
Alright, guys. Turtle. All right, what did you think, guys? You know, I so enjoyed making that for you guys. Let me turn the camera around, okay? I don't know if you could hear me. I hope you guys could hear us through the whole thing. And Rocky, you ate all the popcorn, honey.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, they're low calorie. It's good for you.
Yeah.
What, after you watched that for the first time, I mean, you've seen bits and pieces. I think you helped me a lot, like, when we were editing it out. You made suggestions where the font should be or whatever. But I think that's the first time you watched it on YouTube. And so, what's your thoughts?
Well, I liked how everybody pitched in to help you.
Yeah, it's never about me, too. It was all about a group effort.
Do it and
yeah, I really like that.
Everybody came together and helped him do it and.
Yeah, I can't state enough that this project wouldn't be possible, especially if it wasn't for Jason and Nick. They're the ones who helped me try to transform some old clips of the ride into usable small short clips. The computer language I wasn't able to fix. I don't know computers, but Jason it's his hobby. He loves computers. He loves the old school computers, and so he was able to switch them over. He put it on a Google file so that I could access it. Nick, he helped me film Jason's little part in it. If you see where he was standing in front of the auto race, that was Nick filming that, and I was holding the cue card for Jason. I think both of them did an amazing job. David Woods, yeah, man. There was a time where we weren't 100% sure if there was another person who's going to be able to help out with the project. Mm-hmm. So eventually it came to pass where I just asked David to do more, and he's like, "Yeah, sure," and he jumped in. So if it wasn't for David, we wouldn't be able to finish that thing. I was sitting on it for like a couple weeks, just waiting. So, but I want a special thanks to Jay Zemanek too. Jay gave advice, and because he's been doing the YouTube thing for many years. Jay, I'm talking about Insane Coaster Junkie. Jay has made many videos. He's done a lot of things with his YouTube channel, and he also donated an old clip of his own source, him at the park. What's so significant about that is because that tumblebug at Conneaut Lake Park does not exist anymore. That was the second to last one. So you see the very first clip, and then the POV was off of another video I got off YouTube, because I wanted a POV of that one, and that's what I was able to find. But the first clip, when we're talking, or you're seeing the tumblebug at Conneaut Lake, that was Jay Zemanek's. So I want to thank Jay for volunteering to donate that. He didn't have to. I could have there was a possibility of doing it without, but that made it even better, to have more personal touch to it. I think what made that film was the heart, because everyone was stating why they loved it and what was special to them about that ride. And from Tom to little Sully, and he stated it all. He was just simplistic, like from the Mouse of Babes. Why does he like it? Well, because it's fun. And that's it. That's all. This is why we love him. We love it because it's fun. It's fun to ride. It's fun to spend time with our families up to that park and ride these rides. But do you have anything else you want to add before we get off here?
No.
I'd like to say to everyone out there, and all of our moderators and everyone who is our KRAZY family members, thank you so much throughout the years for our support. Also, the film that you just kind of had a chunk of whatever on this kind of video, you're going to want to go on to YouTube and watch the whole thing on your TV. It just sounds better. It looks better. We were just doing commentary on this video for you guys. So, with that, say it with me. God is good all the time, and love each other with mad crazy love. Alright guys, go watch it on YouTube, man.